Welcome to the HCG Quick Tip. What's a Smart Slice? Contact HCG at www.harbinger-group.com or the phone number 763-785-1028. So what is a Smart Slice? Well, as the documentation always says, it's a limited perspective of data, which means I'm going to take part of that database and select only the members that I want the user to have access to, not outside the boundaries of the members that I select. And what's happening in the background is that an MDX, that stands for Multi-Dimensional Expression Language, an MDX query is built via this graphical user interface where you're going to select the members. And with an MDX query, you can do things that can't be done in normal SmartView. And for instance, you can make dynamic member selections for your rows, columns, and points of view as you want, which means every time you re-execute that query, it will go and get the most current members from the database outline, as it's called. And besides that, if you have attribute dimensions, with the Smart Slice, it's a very easy way of incorporating those attribute dimensions in your report, as opposed to the somewhat difficult method of doing it when you're just in regular SmartView. And once you're done creating the Smart Slice, what happens to it? It's saved as part of the database connection. Let's see what it looks like. In this demo, I'm going to show you the result of a Smart Slice first. If you look over in the SmartView panel, underneath my sample application in my basic database, I have a Smart Slice which I've named Smart Slice Demo, and it will always remain connected with the sample basic connection. So when I right-click, I can do an ad hoc analysis on it just like any other database report. But when I go into the Smart Slice, I'm limited to the members that I've selected for the Smart Slice. I've only selected these product groups, and if I try to zoom out and zoom in, I can't get anywhere else. If I try to zoom out and zoom in on sales, I don't get anywhere. In my point of view dimensions, I only have the selections available to me: New York, Massachusetts, Florida, Connecticut, and New Hampshire. There is the total market, which I could also add. But how was this created? I can't do anything with it outside of the parameters of the Smart Slice. How were the parameters of the Smart Slice created? Well, when you create a Smart Slice, initially every dimension says product.descendants, measures.descendants, market.descendants, scenario.descendants, year.descendants. But if you keep a Smart Slice of that, then you're not restricting the Smart Slice to whatever members you want. So you go and you select which dimensions you want to appear in which rows, columns, or point of view here. So if I drag my market up to rows, you can see I have both market and product in my rows, but I'd rather have it in the POV, so I'm going to drag it back down. And then you go through each dimension and decide what you want to limit it to. In the case of measures, only sales and cost of goods sold. In the case of my product dimension, I selected the children of product, meaning every time I run this query, I will get the current children of product, which could be different than today's. Tomorrow's might have more children, it might have less children, who knows. And then I do the same thing with my point of view members. In this case, I selected the children of market. In this case, I made a static selection of just actual and budget. And for my year dimension, I also created a static selection of just January, February, March, and quarter one. Another nice thing about Smart Slices is that I could drag any one of these attribute dimensions up to my rows, columns, or points of view. And even without using the attribute dimensions, I can see what attribute dimensions I have in my database and what base dimensions they're associated with. Population is associated with market. Caffeinated is associated with product, so forth and so on. One other thing I can do is add options like, and there are many of them, but in this particular Smart Slice, I said, yes, use a 1,000 separator or a comma, and set the result to 2 decimal places, not via Excel formatting. So then once I'm done, I click on Done, give the Smart Slice a name, and like I said, any Smart Slice that you create, you just do an ad hoc analysis. And when I clear the sheet and rerun the query, there again, I'm limited to the children of product. I'm limited to sales and cost of goods sold. I'm limited to New York and the children of East, so forth and so on. I'm limited to January, February, March, and quarter one. And that's what a smart slice is. If you want further training on SmartView, Essbase, or anything else, give me a call at 763-235-1841 or send me an email. And if you have need general information on HCG, give us a call at 763-785-1028 or reach us on our website www.harbinger-group.com. Thanks for viewing this video.